Hello, friends! Today, I want to tell you the story of a little turtle who taught everyone that being fast isn't always the key to success. Sometimes, patience and intelligence can achieve what speed and strength cannot. Once upon a time, near a sparkling lake in a beautiful forest, there lived a small turtle named Benny. Benny was kind, gentle, and very thoughtful. However, there was one thing that made him different from the other animals. He moved very slowly. The rabbit could run faster than the wind. The deer could leap gracefully through the forest. The monkey could swing effortlessly from tree to tree. Because Benny was slow, many animals laughed at him. Whenever they saw him walking, they would joke and tease him. But Benny never became angry. He simply smiled and continued on his way. One sunny morning, exciting news spread throughout the forest. A wise old owl gathered all the animals and announced that a magical golden fruit had appeared on top of a distant mountain. The legend said that whoever found the fruit would gain wisdom and happiness. The animals were thrilled. Everyone wanted to be the first to reach the mountain. The rabbit was confident that his speed would help him win. The deer believed her quick legs would get her there first. The monkey was certain he could climb and swing his way to victory. When Benny said he wanted to join the adventure, the other animals laughed even harder. They couldn't imagine how a slow turtle could ever reach the mountain before them. But Benny didn't let their words discourage him. The next morning, the journey began. The rabbit raced ahead. The deer dashed through the forest. The monkey swung from branch to branch, and Benny quietly started walking at his own pace. After some time, the animals came to a wide river with strong rushing water. The rabbit stopped immediately. The river was too dangerous to jump across. The deer couldn't find a safe way through. Even the monkey was unable to swing over it. All three animals became stuck. A little later, Benny arrived at the river. Instead of panicking, he carefully observed the water. He looked closely and noticed something the others had missed. Hidden beneath the surface were several large stones. Benny slowly stepped from one stone to another and safely crossed the river. The other animals watched in amazement. Following Benny's guidance, they were able to cross safely as well. The journey continued. Hours later, they reached a large cave. Inside the cave were two tunnels. One tunnel was bright and wide. The other was narrow and dark. Without thinking, the rabbit, deer, and monkey rushed into the bright tunnel. Benny, however, stayed behind and carefully examined the ground. He noticed tiny footprints leading toward the dark tunnel. Benny realized that many animals had used this path before. Trusting his observation, he followed the footprints into the narrow passage. Meanwhile, the other animals discovered that the bright tunnel led nowhere. It was a dead end. They had to turn around and start over. By the time they found the correct path, Benny had already moved ahead. Soon, Benny emerged from the cave and found himself on the mountain trail. The others eventually caught up, and together they continued toward the summit. At last, they reached the top of the mountain. There, glowing brightly in the sunlight, hung the magical golden fruit. But there was a problem. The fruit was growing on a tall tree near the edge of a steep cliff. The monkey tried climbing the tree first. Just as he got close, a branch cracked beneath him, forcing him to climb back down. The rabbit tried jumping toward the fruit, but couldn't reach it. The deer also failed. Everyone was frustrated, but Benny remained calm. Instead of giving up, He carefully looked around. That's when he noticed a long, fallen branch lying nearby. An idea immediately came to his mind. Benny suggested using the branch as a bridge against the tree. The animals worked together and positioned the branch securely. The monkey carefully climbed along the branch. Step by step, he moved closer to the fruit. Finally, he reached out and grabbed the golden fruit. The animals cheered with joy. At that moment, they realized something important. The fastest animal hadn't solved the problems. The strongest animal hadn't solved them either. It was Benny, the slow turtle, who had found every solution through patience, observation, and intelligence. The rabbit felt ashamed for making fun of Benny. The deer admitted that she had underestimated him. The monkey thanked Benny for helping everyone succeed. Benny simply smiled. He explained that everyone has different strengths, and true success comes from using those strengths wisely. Instead of keeping the golden fruit for himself, Benny shared it with all of his friends. From that day forward, no one laughed at Benny again. The animals respected him and often came to him for advice whenever they faced a challenge. And so Tommy became one of the most admired animals in the entire forest, not because he was fast or strong, but because he was thoughtful, patient, and wise. The moral of the story is simple. Never underestimate yourself or others. Speed and strength can be useful, but intelligence, patience, and careful thinking can help overcome even the greatest challenges. And sometimes the slowest traveler ends up teaching everyone the most valuable lesson of all. Thank you for listening, and remember, every person has a special strength waiting to be discovered.